Hello everyone and welcome to the International Racing League's 4th race of the season here at Texas Motor Speedway. 151 laps in for tonight. Major news items, really just concerned about Roy Inc. and the, I wouldn't say disaster that they had last weekend, but a disaster. A few things. First off is regarding car number 7. As you can see, Caitlin Tannerhill grabbed pole away from Pierre Lamont in 9 seconds qualifying. It's no longer car 7's car number 57, that being Sebastian Lurch. Lurch is in place of Alyssa Hart for the remainder of the season. It was expected to be Ayapo and Selmy, car number 20, who usually drives car number 20 in a part-time capacity in this league and drives 20 in kart. However, and Selmy, after the kart race earlier today, actually left and went to board a plane that was heading to Belgium at Circuit Zolder because he's scheduled to test a Eurocar over there, and he might not even make the finish the kart schedule. Meanwhile, car number 29 also isn't exactly in any other fresh water. Rich Roy had received a 50-point penalty after the round of Argentina for his car being underweight. Thus, he now has 17 points and is near the back half of the points table. Roy wasn't exactly happy about this in his interview, but what can you do? As I mentioned earlier, last weekend's winner, Caitlin Tannerhill, was on the front row. Grabbed pole from Pierre Lamont in the dying stages of qualifying yesterday. Behind the pair of them are Kaylee Zappa and Allison Holiday, who's the teammate to Tannerhill. Then the other two Universal cars are in row 3, Orman and Rodriguez. They desperately need their season turned around. And quick, and this is how you do it. Row 4 has Everett Masana for Universal Motorsports, Team Car 60, and Devin Butler. This is right around where we expected the Connor Sport cars to qualify. You can see Ada Jackson in the background, Rick Rod, the independent trophy driver, and Rich Roy in row 5. Points leader Ingy Harrison's on the outside of row 6 with Ryan Rickshaw. Aiden Jackson, as we mentioned, right where we expected in 13th. Salvo Gugamenshvi actually had qualified his teammate in the 26 car, but that may not be enough to save his ride. Apparently, the Alex Autosport team are not happy with how Gugamenshvi's performances have been throughout the season. As we mentioned, Sebastian Verch making their debut. On their outside is Wesley Jewell. Jeff Bonner, Bulgar Daniels. This is a great qualifying effort by the 35 car. Daniels probably wanted a bit more. Aiden Jackson, Viola Lang, and Eric Monaco round up the top 20. As we mentioned, Ivan Carson wanted more. Chris Regazzoni also probably wanted more, but I don't think they're too concerned about Ferrari. Baguette Regazzoni was lucky enough to escape the round of Argentina without a penalty. Dylan Speed's not really near his teammate, but the team doesn't seem too upset about that as we are restarting this just to make sure everyone can get off the line rolling. Brandy Thorne, their season cannot get worse. They have 45 points on the board, and that's all from Mexico. They are desperately trying to get more points. And this is probably a good chance. Tessa Wolf, who was the surprise podium driver at Argentina, on her outside. Kyle West and Bezos Hughes back here in 27th and 28th. Both of the Frank Walker Dodge cars are in row 15, definitely what they wanted. Harrington got about what they expected, same with Jackson. Both of the Rich Ware cars got what they expected. Alexa Ryan out-qualified. Debutant Tyler Maxwell, who did pretty well in the Southern Racing League race earlier this week.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
As the field rolls off into turn number turns 3 and 4 to do their warm-up lap, half lap, if you will. Tannerhill's team, Mid-Atlantic Motorsports, were nowhere last season. However, they picked up the win at Moncton, and they picked up a win at Argentina last week. So, Mid-Atlantic Motorsports moving their way up through the ranks, having the factory support helps as Caitlin Tannehill leads the field to the Roundup Texas green flag for 151 laps in the Lone Star State. And Tannehill gets a good jump over Le Mans. I think Zappa won a bit more, but I think is fine falling into third. So is Holiday. Masana is going to sign into third. It looks like we are all clean at the front, at the back of the field, and at the front of the field. Zappa is going to take second from Lamont, but it's going to be Caitlin Tannehill in car number 65 to the front of the field. Zappa, though, has a run as we complete lap 1, no issue. The high speeds. This is kind of a test for the US 500. It's the first major test. The second major test will be the round of Kansas a few weeks' time. As Ormond is coming up to the front as well. We expect the Universal Motorsport cars to be near the front of the field, especially in these high-speed ovals. They excelled here last year, as they are 3 wide behind the field. 3 wide now for the lead, or for second, as Rick Rod, the Independence Trophy, goes underneath Masana. And Rickshaw follows through. Got the Countersport cars on the inside, along with the 75, or 95, excuse me. And that 57 car, Sebastian Lurch. If you guys follow drag racing in any sense, you will be familiar with this name. Sebastian Lurch drove for Panther Racing's Formula A team for a while. Really had no success over there. Came to the state, back to the States, did some drag racing, to quite a bit of success actually, and had actually went into drag makeup and drag, being a drag queen and all that fun stuff. So Sebastian Lurch, very huge crowd draw, fan favorite. We're hoping to see a lot from this driver. As we mentioned earlier, we expected Ayako and Selmy to take over this car for the remainder of the season. Clearly that's not the case, and actually Selmy picked Lurch for this car. Lurch was doing some testing with Roy Inc. throughout the season, throughout pre-season, but we didn't expect the IRL start to be this early, as Kaylee Zappa is now under attack from Allison Holiday. And this is for the race lead. That is Jackson underneath the pair of them. Actually, Jackson wants to lead for himself. This is car number 95, Carlos Rodriguez. This is probably going to be his last start for a while. No really other way around it, just because of how his schedule works. We do expect him, though, for the US 500. So he makes the inside move underneath Ada Jackson, as he's going to take second. You got Pierre Lamont behind him, and Nate Ormond just on the top side. Penn Harrington and this 45 car started deep in the field, ball back to 28th, I think, and has moved their way up to the top 10. Harrington was picked up after the round, after the Ohio Grand Prix last year, and did quite well in that race, and I think that's why AK Racing picked them up. You can see Ling and DeThorne also making their way through the field quite quickly, as Ormond stays behind the 56, though. Holiday is moving up the racetrack, and I think Rodriguez and Kyle West in the 01 car wants to pivot. Actually, the 01 is going to go underneath the 95. So good stuff early on in the race. West takes second from the 95. So now he's going to set his sights on the 56 of Allison Holiday. And to the inside he goes, entering the next dogleg. That's kind of the front stretch. And we'll clear, we'll get past Holiday. Salvador Gomeshri trying to fight for his rides up here. So is Ormond, as Ormond's teammate Rodriguez, I guess employee, is going to the front. The Savantala Sports number 95 Renault. West trying to stay on his quarter panel, but I don't think that's going to do much. As now Ormond, with help from the 13 of Gary Thorne, who's being effectively pushed by former Toyota driver Everett Masana, is coming with her. Here comes Ormond underneath his employee, and Nate Ormond back to where we expected him to be kind of at the start of the season, up in the front. Brady Thorne with help from Masana underneath of her, and we're 3 wide for the lead. Kaylee Zappa pushing her teammate to the front. Ormond slots back in line as the Universal cars are 3 abreast. As Penn Harrington is running near the front of the field. A pleasant surprise, it looks like. As we're all set up. Tyler Maxwell's kind of already lost the group. This is his first start driving for his own team. He finished, I think, top 10 in the Southern Racing Southern Racing League race earlier this week, but he's long adrift from the Rich Ware cars. He hasn't really been on the pace at all this weekend, and it is kind of proving. Back in the front of the field, Zappa took the lead from Masana. In Garrison, the points leader, up with everyone else. 3 by 3 by 3 in the back. You can see here. A little bit of a pinch, but I think everyone's making it out just fine. See both the Frank Walker Dodge cars, there's the 9, making his way through the field. I don't know where the 14 is. The 14's in the background. Battle for the lead between between the Swift Motorsports cars, and Caitlin Tannerhill wants a piece of it. As Ryan Rickshaw, the A4 car, comes to the field. Wondering when we start seeing these Team Star USA cars show up. They usually do good at the ovals, but they had some issues at Argentina and Mexico. The L1's issue was blowing up. Tannerhill back to the front of the field as the 84 trails suit, and Rich Roy, I think, desperately trying to get out of the hole that the team has put themselves in with the underweight car in Argentina. Chris Regazzoni behind him. Regazzoni hasn't won a race at all. David Butler's last win came in his rookie year. He was driving for what is now known as Universal Motorsports. So Butler, I think, kind of looking for a win desperately, as Tannerhill continues to lead the group. We got the 20 or 56 of Holiday looking underneath Butler. Butler closing the door though. Great stuff so far here at Texas. That's what we like to see. As we mentioned in the big grid piece, Baguette Regazzoni, who is the sibling to Chris Regazzoni, it's a throughway for a second, was lucky enough to get away without a penalty. They caused several incidents that race, and they received nothing for it, which is kind of a shock. The Trevor Project number 17 car, it's a nice looking car, could have some more color variation, but what are you going to do about it? Basically didn't really say much about the incidents, and just kept their head down and went into focus mode. As Tannerhill still leads, she's got her teammate behind her, and that is Allison Holiday. Galgameshi, though, is kind of pushing her to make a move on the inside of her teammate. Viola Ling, the 16 Ferrari, has also made her way up to the front of the field. Galgameshi had somewhat of a good run in the first 10 laps of the round of Argentina, but that really didn't go anywhere. In spite of Carson's crashing out, Galgameshi didn't really do much, which isn't what you want to do, especially with Alex Autosport, who's been getting a lot of factory support from Honda. They expect results, and Galgameshi isn't providing those results. Carson is. Ling's also providing the results for her new team at Ferrari. She's making her way to the front. Kyle West behind her, the 01. Harrington also with her, with Ling and West. They're going to make a move underneath the 16, and here comes Masana. Harrington, when they aren't wiping out their teammate, has been nothing but impressive. Here comes Brandy Thorne, the 13, who I think wants points just to get be a factor. Masana to the lead. The Thorne, we know she has the talent, just hasn't had the luck to prove it. She was running good in California before her engine quit, got top 5 in Mexico, and then was wrecked out of Argentina relatively around the midway point. The speed is there. It was their Ferrari, but Ferrari couldn't get out of their own way. Can't get out of their own way. Toyota, even won its record stating that the Thor just needs a bit of luck. And considering that they were near the top of the timesheets until the last 30 minutes of practice, I kind of have to agree with him. Rick Rod did take the lead for a little bit, and does he lead that lap? No, he doesn't. Zappa leads it. Imagine if we get a finish like this. That would be pretty cool. Bover Daniels second, Lamont third. Here comes Allison Holiday. Won the race at Moncton last season. I think would love to have another win. This time with a much more competitive car and on pace, not based on strategy. Gase Bryant and Tyler Maxwell both lost the main group. A. Smithley's having a horrible day, which is a surprise, but she is still in tow this lead pack of cars. Zappa leads over Holiday, and Ivan Carson is making his presence known at the front of the field, kind of what we expected. He's been running he ran a full-time year in 2010, 2011, and is basically ran part-time. 2018 came along, and he was picked up by Alex Osborne's Independence Trophy effort, and it was basically building up to this moment, running full-time. Carson has proved it. He won the 24 Hours at the Lines a few years ago. Here comes Holiday. Underneath the 60 of Zappa. Holiday will lead the lap. Zappa in trail. Here comes Rigazzoni in the top 3. So, whenever one Coney Racing car is near the front, the other one is. And here comes the Roy drivers of Rich Roy and Sebastian Lurch. So, it looks like Chevy has finally gotten their act together. And has pushed their way to the front. Roy leading Lurch, which we kind of expected. The sponsor on that car might change by the time we get to Europe for very obvious reasons. Yeah, the European Union doesn't like vape sponsors, apparently. The sponsor, the Busch Beer sponsorship on the 17 car also might change, will definitely be changing when we get to France, just because France doesn't allow alcoholic sponsorship. So expect basically to see a very similar looking car, just with the lack of Busch Beer logos, as Rigazzoni cannot get around the 56 car yet. I don't think that car has the power to do so. Lurch's car might. 57 car, and Edmund Berlin has made his way up to the 6th place. Berlin has yet to win a race. His closest was 2020. 2020 Ohio, but he was passed in the last turn of the last lap by Brady Thorne after he made a mistake. Yeah, it's gonna be 2021, not 2020. So there is Edmund Berlin very close to getting his first wins on numerous occasions. His best chance was at California this year as well, but he made quite a few mistakes. And Garrison trying to get past the 57 really can't do so. Might be able to do so as they enter turn number 1 and 2. D. Thorne pushing her, and there is Carlos Rodriguez. The 959's also there, and I think Nathan Ormond is there. He is on the inside line in the background. Okay. D. Thorne trying to get past the 2 car for 3rd. Gets done. As the battle for 3rd has been heating up a little bit. Has been heating up, as you're able to see. However, Baguette Rigazzoni cannot get past that 56 car. I don't think that 17 has the power to do so, which is kind of not really a surprise if he's known what Coney Racing for the last few years. They did go under new management. Lou Grainer, their former driver, now we lost someone. No, we just have a giant gap of car. What the heck happened? That gap wasn't there earlier. That might be why. The 09's pitting. Yeah, that's why. Cars are pitting. And that was a late call by Ryan Rickshaw, but whatever. As Bill Daniels entering the pits, so is the 29 to 60. Looks like front of the field, Max was also in the pit lane. Okay. Looks like everyone's getting through just fine. I need to turn on something. You guys get a special look at my desktop because it is an uncluttered disaster at the moment. I forgot to turn something on. Alright, back to the more important parts. Holiday leads. As it looks like everyone's coming into the pit lane. I don't see anyone with too much damage. Yeah, everyone looks fine. There we go. Top. I think everyone else hits the pit lane this time by. Alright. 09 has some damage from somewhere. Okay, Tanner Hill exiting the pit lane. So you might have seen on the little ticker thing. There is the, there's Tanner Hill exiting. There's 17 exiting. I want to say Aiden Jackson's in front. No, there's Ingy. There's 13. Okay, I think 13 is the de facto leader. Aiden Jackson's getting around the 2. I don't think he's going to get around the 13, though. Now waiting for scoring to update. 13 is the de facto leader. There's the 9 exiting. Max was a lap down. 27 tries to throw a block on the 13. That was close. Carson tried to throw a blast and then moved the last second to avoid a monumental collision. 56 leads, it looks like. Yes, he does. She does, excuse me. Holiday leads, followed by the Thorn and Jackson, then Arison, Carson, Ormond, Jewel, Berlin, Ling, Regazzoni. Around at the top 10, Rodriguez, Lamont, Lurch, Rickshaw, Tanner Hill, horrible pits up on their part, West, Smithley, Monaco, Bonner, Butler, Ryan, Hughes, Daniels, and Roy rounded out the top 25. And the rest of the points, as, Jesus, the pit crew really screwed the hooch over at Gilgamesh. Yikes. That being said, he also isn't a lap down. Might change as Aiden Jackson's gone around the 13 car. As much as we know, as we think he might be getting sacked, there's been little rumors on who will end up replacing Gilgamesh if that is the case. Kyle Kirkland, who won the Ford Racing Series title and now drives in open-wheeled cars, has been a top name, but that's really it. Kirkland, there's been thoughts that Selmy might be running a few races in this 26 car. There's been a few names. Alyssa Hart has been brought up. I highlight that what's going to happen, and the 84 has damage. I think he hit someone in the pit lane. Probably the 09 car, because I think the 09 has a dent. Let's see. Top 3 have closed the gap. Maxwell a lap down, the other car lap down. Kind of a shame to see, but he also hasn't really been causing problems. So Maxwell doing a good job in his debut. This is an independent team, and on the Independence Trophy, just a driver-owner team. Everything came out in-house. So Maxwell, nice to see some of these smaller teams that really don't have much funding running up. He's running well by his standards. He hasn't hit anything. Let's put it like that. And not being in the way and not hitting anything is a good way to make your debut. As T. Thorne now is still third. Aiden Jackson trying to get to the bumper of Allison Holiday, really to no avail. Jackson is the next car they're going to end up lapping. Then Rod, Gilgamesh, Brian, and Wolf, and some of these cars have horrible pit stops. But pit traffic will do that to you. Last season's winner of the 16 car, that was Viola Ling. She currently runs 12th behind Lurch and Regazzoni. And I think some people need a caution now in order to stay on the lap. Mainly this 48 car. As the battle for 4th has been heating up between Ormond, Carson, and Jewel. Leslie Jewell's almost won a few races last year and while driving for Toyota Racing Development, so that was a story. Some expected him to fly off the bat. He almost won in California, led laps in led laps in Mexico, and then I think led a few laps in Argentina. So Jewell's having a pretty good start to his Toyota tenure. However, he does have a good teach in the name of Randy Thorne in this 13 car, who won a championship with them, or actually won a championship with Ferrari, not with Toyota. But D. Thorne, you can see here, a relatively decent driver, as Holiday is running down Jackson to put him a lap down. 45 laps in this 151 lap race. No major issues so far. As Jackson gives in the inside. Okay. I don't think he's trying to cause a caution. I think he's just trying to get the 56's. I don't know what he was doing, but that seemed a little late. Chops him off, especially for your lap car. Holiday holds the lead, but Aiden Jackson, I think, smells blood now. Jackson also hasn't won a race ever. They really hasn't been close. Brianna Thorne's last one was during her championship season in 2021, and same with Rich Roy when Roy's last one was a 2021 Gravis City Grand Prix. Hasn't really won since, as Aiden Jackson still cannot get past 56. Ryan Rickshaw, he has had gotten the dams in the pit lane. That's the only explanation. Might be why he's so slow. Jackson and Rod, the next two cars to fall a lap down. And probably Jackson's next opportunity. As here's the guy who fall behind Viola Ling. This is all for position. Ling, Regazzoni, Rodriguez, Lurch, and Berlund, the Welsh driver. to no avail. Roland is going to try to make a move the 95 car, but Regazzoni leads this group of cars for now. Birch will hold off, take the position from a wing. Here comes the 9, here 17's going to get past, but 95 and probably freight train on the inside by the 57 and 9. As there they go. Alright, we got them rolling. Very interesting stuff here at the deep, it's just the deep field, this is for like 11th. Just outside the top, actually, yeah, just bow for 9th. Very entertaining, as they have caught lap traffic, as Nathan Ormond now has, Ormond's currently going into the lead. We'll be back after these short messages. Welcome back here to Texas Motor Speedway. As you can see, we have a new leader, not being Nathan Ormond, driving for Universal Motorsports. In this 24 car, very good car so far as we are getting ready to start green flag pit stops. Alexa Ryan's hit the pit lane in the 09 car. Ormond has taken the lead away from Ivan Carson on Allison Holiday and Jackson Little lap or so. But really to no avail, not much. See when the top 5 hit the pit lane. Slow stuff for the Alexa Ryan team. Looks like it's just Alexa Ryan pitted. Oh, wait. No, EFR car is damaged. Yeah, Alexa Ryan's the first car to pit, and looks to be the only car to pit so far. Anyone this top group might hit. Let's see here. Holiday has taken the lead back from Nathan Ormond. Nothing so far. As Aiden Joe. Rickshaw on the high line. That 84 car's damage, which we believe is from contact from Alexa Ryan, is really hindering the pace of this 84 car. So not a good start to the race for him. Here's Alexa Ryan, a lap down. Actually, she's 2 laps down, but still, I think just trying to finish this race to get more independent streak of points. Here comes Ormond underneath Allison Holiday, with help from Maynard Jackson. Not really nothing you can do there. Holiday, or excuse me, Ormond to the front. Holiday fades to the outside, and no one else is bidding. So just I wonder there's a unscheduled stop if something was rubbing on the 09 car. Here is Pierre Lamont stuck deep in the field. That's Jeffrey, the 53 car, in front of him. And the reason why we're looking at him because I think he has, yeah, he does have right hand damage. That is new. Don't know where that came from. Well, I think he might have hit the wall. At least that's the report. That's what the report is. As more cars. Ormond still leads. We have a gaggle of cars. That is for this is for 8th. This battle for 8th has still been heating up, and Tyler Maxwell has kind of been caught up into this. He is in the draft. Probably just as fast as these guys. I think he's been barely hanging on, though. As, nothing really to report here. The group of leaders have caught... Actually, they're fine. When Jackson just taking the lead. As looks like Pierre Lamont has also hit the pit lane. And the 59 car. So Lamont's in. That, we believe, might be scheduled, as here's this group of race cars. No one's pitting from this group. Maybe. Someone went up high. No. I wonder if they're just expecting the 84 car. Jackson has led that lap. Deep Thorn was second, but has fallen to 5th. And now, Allison Holiday wants to lead back. And that is a long stop. There's no way that isn't recent. Pierre Lamont had to have hit the walls. Here he is exiting the pit lane, emerging just fine. And this is why we have Instant Tracker. Don't know what happened to Ormond's car, or excuse me, Lamont's car, but we believe that was contact from the wall, as the leaders have caught. Leader says AV4 is in now. That'd be Ryan Rickshaw. And not having a good run after contact with the 09. We know the 09 had damage. We think we said we believe Pierre Lamont's damage is from contact with the wall, but we're really not sure about it. They managed to pull the right side out, so not a good run at all for the 59 crew. Don't think that's actually no, it might be scheduled because the 89 and 52 are in. 89 was in this lead group. I think they were paying attention from the damage and contact. As Allison Holiday is starting to hold up a few drivers, but I think that's just her presence being there. She's as fast as the leaders. She was in the lead group for the first round of pit stops, as Ormond, actually both Toyotas are in. So Toyota teamwork looks like working together. We got that's Regazzoni, and that is Arison in. As Harrington, aka Racing drivers, both of them, Bonner and Tannerhill, or excuse me, Bonner and Harrington. Daniel is in. West is in, Wolf's in, Ree's in, looks like the 75 is in, and also the race leader of Allison Holiday. And there's the 27 also in. Here comes Rodriguez, here comes Aling, here comes Lurch, Maxwell's coming in, Rickshaw's staying up, he's already a lap down, Jackson's in on the 9, I think the rest of the field's coming in. Alright, let's see, how does Aiden Jackson's strategy help him? So Dylan Butler led that lap officially. See, there's the 19, there's Jackson, there's the Thorn, and there's Ormond. So Ormond's currently ahead of the 89 unless he can get a good run around him on the outside. Might actually possibly happen. Oh, trouble for Zappa. Car 60's engine's grenaded. Where is the 60? This is Kaylee Zappa, whose day kind of went south with the first pit stop cycle is over with the engines blowing out smoke, and this will be the first DNF of the race. Lap 69, nice. Zappa makes it all the way around, no harm at all. But her day is done. The 71's exiting the pits, and it looks like the 27 might be the... yeah. Actually, might... yeah. Ivan Carson goes to the front over Ormond, and the 24 are there, and guess who they just passed, put a lap down. I mean, this one, I think, is kind of more down to the pit strategy than really anything. So I don't think there's going to be too much blame heading to the driver. But, yikes. Aiden Jackson leads. Then it's Ormond, Carson, Holiday, D. Thorne, Jewel, Rodriguez, Ling, Berlund, Bergazzoni, and Arison around the top 10. And then Lurch, Jackson, Butler, Harrington, Masana, the Smithley, West, Roy, Regazzoni, Bonner, Tannerhill, Hughes, Wolf, Daniel, Monaco, and Speeds round up the points. As top 27 still on the lap. Ormond is going to lead this lap as Carson and Jackson follow suit. As the rest of the top 5 are gained up on them. Looks like Rick Rod might be a drafting partner for the 24 for a little bit. He is as fast as the leaders. The catch, he pit strategy. That's what the catch is. And shoddy pit work, it looks like. Surprisingly, we've only had one DNF. Or shouldn't really say surprising, he's the best drivers in the world. But one DNF, and that is from Kaylee Zappa, who engine has blown up exiting the pit lane. I wonder if she over-revved it exiting the pits, broke a gear, and destroyed other parts of the engine. Probably the more likely solution. I can tell you, Everett Masana is probably sweating bullets. Masana is inside the top 15, well inside the points, trying to get around Devin Butler here. And hoping that that issue isn't a common problem. As here comes 50. Oh, contact! Rod and Ormond. That would have been bad. Rick Rod, the independent Chevy driver who's a lap down. I don't know. I don't think he was. Looks like he's chasing the car up the racetrack, and Orman just kind of happened to be there. Good car control by the 24 driver of the 24, as Allison Holiday now leads. I'm probably bailing out of the way of Rick Rod. If someone told her what happened to Ormond. That was almost big, as lap 75 of 151 completed. Here, trouble for Alexa Ryan. The 09 car looks like running these cars at high speeds for so long has starting to take its toll as Ryan blows up and wrecked that car. She will not finish. I don't know if that's the same, if it has any relation from the contact she received earlier in the pit lane. As looks like the top three I shouldn't say the top three, but the top two plus Rick Rod managed to break away from the leaders. They are catching Jeffrey and Dylan speeds. Rod is loving this because this is allowing him to go faster. Leaders are slightly annoyed because, well, I think they're trying to race each other for position. It's kind of hard to do so when you have a lap car that's as fast as you. Jackson and Holiday, all within this group. Ormond almost chops off the 89. Though no harm, no foul. Ormond's gonna fall back a bit. Here comes Otto, here comes the Thorn, here comes 27 of Carson. All these guys stuck behind lap traffic. I really don't think they're gonna see much. I think Rod is using this to get a run on Jeffrey. The 82 car has the last point spot at the moment, and I think Rod wants it, and he also might want it just because it will help him in the Independence Trophy. They do use a different point system in the Independence Trophy, and all positions matter, not just the top 25. Holiday clears the 89 of Ada Jackson. Here comes Ivan Carson. On the inside of both of them, Dylan Speed flails to the outside. And I think Jackson's going to split in line. They're going to get past the 84 of Ryan Rickshaw, who's being a gracious backmarker. Holds up speeds a little bit, and I don't think Dylan's going to be too happy with that. Red Bull hasn't really been anywhere on the high-speed oval. Which is surprising. Eric Monaco, I think something up at the 13. Eric Monaco currently runs 22nd, so not much better. So it looks like we found the Red Bull Achilles heel, not being the oval. As I want to look what happened with the 13, who was in the grass trying to get around the 84 car. Let's see here. See Rickshaw really not paying any attention. I don't think the Thorn's going to be too thrilled about that. She's been known to have a small temper. Same with Rich Roy, which made that rivalry back when they're fighting for the title pretty amazing. Never short of words over there. As Ada Jackson is now going to try to catch Allison Holiday again. This time Hughes is in the way, though. Hughes, I don't think, knows which lane to go in, considering she's being swamped by literally all of them. This is the last races for the Group 1 of the Independence Trophy, being Hughes, Jackson, Rod, and Ryan. One of them's already gone out, and quite frankly, Ryan has had a horrible span of races. Gogo Meshfi is now, I think that's the last, no, yeah, Gogo Meshfi's 24th in the points at the moment, or 24th race position, trying to gain points after his pit crew. Let's be fair, kind of let him down. Jackson holds the lead. Here comes Holiday. And here comes the Thorn, trying to get underneath the 26 car. Surprise, the 26 and chop up 13 because the 27 car is the team car to that team. Jackson leads that, or excuse me, Holiday leads that lap. Here comes the Thorn. Though I don't think that run's going to materialize into anything. Definitely one more round of pit stops coming up. Maybe two. Depends how the cautions fall, if we see any. Been a very clean race, as here comes Jackson again, and DeThorn, I think, popped up high up to 56, but that's going to cost her a spot from the looks of it. A very clean race. We only really have a few instances in the pit lane, that's just because the pit lane's narrow. 3 wide for second. Orman, Carson, and Holiday. The Holiday backs out of that one, and I think Rod thought about poking his nose in, but I don't think the Universal Motorsports crew are going to be impressed, especially with him almost turning the 24. Logan Daniel, the reigning champion, with the next car being a lap down. Here comes Ormond under Jackson. and clears the 89 and get the 175 following him, so no, maybe he wants the 175. No, here comes 75 with the run. Mormon bails out of the way, probably to avoid getting ran over. But here comes the Thorn, and the Thorn might have a run. And she will. Banner Thorn, the car number 13, unlucky for some, but not for her, is going to take the spot, and probably might want to let Skogometric through before Skogometric bowls through her. That opens the door for Allison Holiday, so maybe not. Oh, she's already up high. Here comes the 56. Here comes Carson, so there's the teamwork outside of sport. Okay. Holiday to the point. Excuse me. The Thorn stuck behind the 26. And Carson looks like also can get past his teammate, who is a lap down and is in the last points paying spot, considering he's paying the 175. Good stuff for the battle of the front. So, let's see. Can Ivan Carson get past the 56 car? That is the question right now. Every time the 175 and 26 get past the leaders, they hope and pray for a caution pretty much then. Because if a caution comes out, they'll be back on the lead lap. But they're also praying they're not the caution, and really hoping they don't cause a caution, because if they do, the IRL officials do not take too kindly to lap cars dumping the race leaders, especially if there's no one that's on their lap around them. Long story short, if you're a lap car, play nice. Holiday leads Jackson and Ormond, the Thorn and Carson battling for 4th, as the 175 and 26 are dueling for 24th. Probably the best TV time the 26 team has gotten all season. Surprised they're in the DHL colors and not the Aaron's colors. I mean, to be fair, they did wreck the primary car this afternoon. Actually, they didn't really wreck it. They did wreck it. The curb and spun. We do expect, though, the Aaron colors to be back on the car for the round of Kansas, which is next. Holiday has lost the lead to Jackson, and is now starting to feel pressure from Ormond, though Ormond gets out of the way, or got loose, or just drove the turn wrong, and here comes Holiday, and here comes the Thorn. Good move by both of them. Okay, Jackson tries to pinch the 56, though gives Holiday plenty of space. Hard, clean racing like we want to see. Holiday to the lead. Here comes the Thorn. Whoever wins this race is going to be in this top 5 at the moment. Unless the caution comes out, I don't see. Even if the caution does come out, these top 5 are fast. Ormond's teammate Pierre Lamont is in the pit lane. That's probably scheduled because they've been coming in a few laps earlier. That's a good judgment to see when everyone else pits. Rich Roy's up in smoke. Not what he needs after his 50-point penalty after Argentina. And he can't pull his radio. There's too many expletives. But Rich Roy having a decent run up in the top 15, up in smoke. Holiday takes the lead away from the field. From the 27. Here comes Jackson, and looks like Jackson's entering the pit lane. So Anna Jackson thinks better of it and hits the pits. No one else in this lead group does. I think Jackson's hoping he can get a good run around the leaders when they're exiting the pit lane, or that's Lamont exiting the pits. That's why everyone's so scared. That car is slow. Looks like Gaze Bryan is entering the pit lane. And Rickshaw is as well. And Rickshaw is also. Yeah, we said Rickshaw's in. Anyone for this lead group? Here comes Ormond, the car 24, entering the pit lane. And someone else, the gray car that speeds, that's Regazzoni. Yeah, and let's see, Sana. This group of cars stay out. Good stop by the 89 crew. No one in the lead group pits. Looks like we got a Ling coming in, Joel coming in, Hughes coming in. Looks like got Harrington and Masana pitting. Tanner Hill is coming into the pit lane. So is of cars of Maxwell, West, and Regazzoni. A little bit of drag racing entering the pits. Okay, that's a bit hot by Tesla Wolf. I think Wolf killed the cone. Leaders are in. 95 has stayed out. Someone else from the group stay out? Yeah, looks like the 26, or the 27 has stayed out. And there's Ormond, who has pitted. Looks like the Alex Allsport cars are pitting together. Maybe some mutual teamwork over there in the in that team's camp. There is the 95. He's at the pit, and here he comes. So Ormond is ahead of the 89 car. That we do know. There is Ormond. There is Jackson. Don't know if they beat anyone else out yet. There's a Ling exiting the pit lane, so that's a good indicator over there now. They might be able to make it to the finish, but it's going to be close. Let's see. There's 13. There's the 56. One's a lap down. There, yeah. So 26, 89, and 24 have jumped the 56 and 13. The question is, can they jump everyone up? Can they jump the 27 and 95? They have a group of lap cars. Ormond's a group of lap cars ahead of them. That might help. There's the 95 exiting the pit lane. Where's the 27? There's the 27. We got problems. Someone's reporting there's a liquid or something coming out of the 71 car. We'll keep an eye on that. But Butler's exiting the pit lane now. Don't know if that's going to do anything. There's apparently a puddle of some sort of fluid in the 71 pit lane, in the box, that 71 pit box. So we will have to keep an eye on that. But Ivan Carson leads over Nathan Ormond, and there is lap traffic involved. So this is going to be good. Third is the 89 car of Ada Jackson. Fourth is DeForn. Fifth, Holiday. Then Rodriguez, Arison, Ling, Jewel, and Regazzoni ran out the top 10. Masana, Butler, Lurch, Harrington, Smithley, Bonner, Regazzoni, Monaco, West, Tanner Hill round up the cars in the top 20. As Woof and Woof, Rod, Gargameshvi, Daniels, and who else? And just one more car. 82 round out the points. Sorry. Anyways, Ormond has gotten past lap traffic, and it looks like they have a healthy gap to Ada Jackson. So these top two are in a duel for position. Nothing from the 71's pit yet. He needs to come down the pit lane. So we're still keeping an eye on the situation with Devin Butler's car. Watch this space. Carson has Rick Rod in between him and Ormond. So I think he has basically a protective layer in case something does happen, which is good. Maybe not so much if you're a Nathan Ormond fan, but if you're an Ivan Carson or Alex Osborne fan, that is very good. Next one we'll be catching is Tyler Maxwell, who I know the results aren't going to show it, but he's doing a kind of a good job. He is 31st. His pit crew has put him ahead of the 48 on pace. So Maxwell doing a good job against the 7-time champion. Ormond to the lead after looks like the 175 got past the 27. Wolf is going to slip past the 27 as well. And this is exactly what, if your name is Ada Jackson, would like to see. The 56 and 13 are dueling for position, because that means you've caught up to the traffic, and it is currently lap car leader, lap car leader, lap car leader. I think Jack or Carson wants to change that. I don't think Wolf is too pleased because she is racing the 26, but I don't think she's gonna have a choice in the matter. Ormond now has the 27 on his tail, and I think he's gonna try to hurry up to get around the 175, because if he can and do so quickly, well, then he doesn't have to worry about this exact instance where Carson throws it on the inside of the 24. Now they're catching Maxwell, he's going to top the frame, and Ormond follows the second. Carson back to the point. I think whoever wins this race is going to be at least top 3. I don't know if the leader of 4th and 5th are closing. Maxwell, let's see. Maxwell, I think, I'm going to stick out with leaders. He really doesn't have a good option. He just has one that's less bad. Aiden Jackson's actually going to slip past the 24 as well. With help from the lap cars. Sneaky move made by Jackson, as he's going to not get past the 89 and focus on Ivan Carson. The next car is Kyle West, who would be falling a lap down. As I don't think Norman wants to be third for much longer, and he'll get past this 89 car of Aiden Jackson. Next to the other fast lap cars, but for how long? Because I think Rod has a run of the 420, and that might end up being a run on the 175. Or excuse me, the 89. Rick Rod's car number 175. They are pulling away from 4th and 5th. So there is that. Aiden Jackson is now stuck by a lap car who is currently on the tail of Nathan Ormond, who has a run on Nathan Ormond. The issue is how these cars are. They get such big runs at the corner that you really, if you lift up, you risking running by the car behind you. So you kind of have to take them. I don't think Ormond's too impressed about it, but you have to remember Ormond at the 175 is also racing the 2 cars behind him, as Aiden Jackson's going to take advantage of the 24 slipping with the racetrack and take second. Carson loves what he sees and is hoping the 175 doesn't get too close, but he's also racing the 01 and 65, and, well, Carson kind of has to move them, or not move them, but, put them out of the groove in order to get by them. Very, very hard things are happening behind the wheel of these race cars. That's the point we're trying to get at. Ormond underneath the 01, everyone else basically follows him. I think that's kind of what I expected. Kyle West stuck on the high line. Ormond, Carson's up at the racetrack. I don't think he expected Rod to have a run. Jackson's going to make it 3 wide. He's going to put the 175 in the middle. 3 wide for the lead with the lap car. And it looks like he's going to, yes, he clears both of them. And this is going to let Kyle West get past the 175. More importantly, Ormond's going to take second from Ivan Carson. And does so. Aiden Jackson, though, holds the lead. Ormond going to go underneath the 01. Carson coming with them. So is Gilgamesh V, and so is Wolf. But that's for the latter half of the points. No, Carson might have a run on Ormond. Ormond shuts the door. Yeah, he does. Shuts the door. Carson really can't do much, but just sit in his draft. Aiden Jackson, going to try to get work on last week's winner, Caitlin Tanner-Hill. That 71 car, by the way, updated him. He is still going around the racetrack, so I don't think there's any concern out of the Connor Sport pits. At least none that we can hear. Oh, wait, 59 car's blown up. That is Pierre Lamont. It has a big engine explosion on the front straight, not on the back straight. But Pierre Lamont's day is going from bad to worse. If he can find a place to park it, I don't think we're going to have a that might be a caution. He's on the inside. If he can maybe park it down by where the safety trucks are, I don't think there's going to be a caution. Or he's going to try to wheel it back to the pit lane. Yeah, as long as he doesn't stop above the racing line, above the apron, we should be fine. Looking just to check the status of the yellow, if the one does come out. Yeah, he's going to get it back to the pit lane. I don't think there's going to be a yellow needed. I think Ormond's probably screaming for one at the moment, but I don't think one's going to come out. No. Lamont gets back to the pit lane. We stay green. Meanwhile, the Battle of the Lead has basically turned into multi-class racing you see at Le Mans. Only 3 of these cars are racing for the lead. Everyone else is racing for a position, but they're racing for 19th. The 24, the 89, and 27 are all racing for the lead. Everyone else 19th. So if you're a fan of multi-class racing, this is the closest we can give it to you. Jackson gets past Orman on the outside. He's got a few cars to worry about before he gets to Ivan Carson. Carson is trying to get around the 24 with help from Edmund Berlin, as I think that's just the 59 pitting after blowing up. As, yeah, Carson to the point, or to second. Jackson still at the point, but not at the point he wants. Ryan Rickshaw is going a lap, is getting passed by Chris Regazzoni, and Regazzoni will be the next car to be falling off the lead lap. Gargameshu's behind the 89. He's got Carson behind him, and Orman also behind him. The 27 car. Rick Rod, I think, thought about shutting the door, but realized Jackson has too big of a run on him. And if he did shut the door, that would be a monumental accident. As Carson cannot get past his teammate. Probably wish his teammate drifted to the high side, but yes, you have to remember, the 26 is fighting literally everyone else. Though Carson does throw a nice little block on Orman before Orman can get past him. And you can see that Jackson holds the lead despite a sketchy moment with Ryan Rickshaw. Noting that Pierre Lamont, this is the second time in a row Lamont has fallen out of this race. First time was when he crashed out after taking the restart here and flipping. That was a spectacular incident, but though he drove away, he did fall out of the race. Carson takes the lead, but here comes Orman on the inside. And he clears. Yeah, Orman clears 27, but Tanner Hill has a run and is going to make the most of it. He tries to shut the door. Don't really know why you do that, because you have the leader, everyone else that you're racing is on the high line, and they're kind of stuck there because Gargameshu is underneath his teammate. I really can't do much there. Another driver that's doing a good job is on debut, Sebastian Lurch. Probably with the fear that their car is about to explode underneath of them. Lurch is running running inside the top 15. They are dueling with Ace Smithley and Penn Harrington. Harrington also doing a good job. But Sebastian Lurch, really not a stock car driver, doing a hell of a job. As, we lost Eddie Jackson. He hit the pit lane. Eddie Jackson hit the pit lane while we were discussing that, giving us a bit of a scare. So prepare for pit stop soon. Where's the race leader? There is the 27 and the 24. I think also hit the pit lane. Yeah, Orman's in the pit lane. So green flag puts up their way. Speed's in the pit lane. Gates Bryan's in the pit lane. Rickshaw's in the pit lane. Ling, Regazzoni, and Jewel in the pits. Hughes pitting. I think Harrington's also bailing in. Yes. Good stop with the 82 crew. Regazzoni also coming in. Almost contact there. The Thorns coming in. Holiday coming in, but Holiday's coming in hot. Maxwell in. Rasana's in. Ree is in. Here comes the 14. The 175's in. 27's staying out. Trouble for the 26 and the caution is out. This changes everything. Gargameshu has front end damage. I think there might be a wreck in turn 3. There's damage to the 89. Brian has damage, and there's a crash on the back straight. Caution is out, and this is gonna turn the race upside down. First caution of the day, lap 134, and it might have involved this driver of Gargameshu. No, it didn't. Let's see here. We got Case Bryan exiting the pit lane. Kind is driving. Kind drove up to the end of 52. Nowhere for Jackson to go, and nowhere for Gargameshu to go. Yikes. And those were two of the fastest cars. 89 was one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. So this is going to take a minute to clean out. As you see, we got the few cars getting waved through. I haven't cars that hit the pit lane, but only took right side tires. Lurch is in as well. Several other cars pitting. So pit strategy's out the window. As we are trying to figure out what the hell's actually happening. So, Ivan Carson leads. Followed by the 95. And the 2. Butler's 4th. 5th, on debut, is Sebastian Lurch. Alright. Now that I think we got pit lanes to sort out, we're going to have race control take care of all this. We will be back after a few local messages. Here's the top runners on the left-hand side of your screen. We will be back shortly.
She burns, yeah, she burns like petrol, soap, paper, and fireworks. And I'm burning, yeah, I'm burning so deep that just breathing hurts. I'm melting down in a kind of cold. She likes to lay under the covers, oh.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the round of Texas. Coming to take the green flag. Ivan Carson leads, but he has got a top 5 to be. Why is the 24 is in the long lane? And so is the 50 car. Interesting. A few cars in the long lane, and I'm pretty sure some of the drivers aren't going to be too impressed with that. A lot of cars in the wrong lane. Interesting. Don't think there's many penalties at race control told him to be there. But anyway, Ivan Carson is going to lead the field to the green flag, looking for his first International Racing League win since his rookie year, and Alex Allsport's first career win as a full-time team. He has a cushion to the 2 car, or to the 95 car for some reason, and Ingy Harrison currently runs 3rd. Green flag, Gase Bryan does not get going because of the rear end damage on the 52 car. And is going to let everyone on the outside line get a good run around him. Mostly everyone. Yeah. Anywho, Gase Bryan's going to be a weapon. I'm calling it now. Anyways, the 50 and the 24 get shuffle Carson out of the way, and here comes Rodriguez. The 52 car really not cleaned out, but made it easier for everyone to get through. As Ormond is going to make room for his teammate. Devin Butler on his inside is behind him. And guess who? Sebastian Lurch on debut has a shot to go for this. Eric Monaco and Kid Tannehill, also other drivers who played the strategy card because of the caution. Top 11 are on the lead lap. Keep in mind. Here comes Lurch to the lead. He went 3 wide with Butler and Rodriguez. Lurch has been nowhere all night and is trying to get Roy Inks' first win since Ace Smithley's win at Pittsburgh last season. Wouldn't that be a miracle? Driver winning on debut. It's happened before. A few times happened last year. Monaco gets past the 57. Caitlin Tannehill trying to make it 2 for 2. As Ingy Harrison trying to clear your prize lead as Monaco threw a block, and Ingy Harrison has yet to finish off the podium this season. Just to show how well that 2 car has been clicking. Sophomore driver, sophomore slump isn't really a thing over at that 2 team. Tessa Wolf has also got lucky with the cautions, got herself back on the lead lap, also a chance to win this thing. Same with Jeff Bonner. A lot of names you don't really see here often, as Ingy Harrison also made a feint to block the 420, but decides not to leave with the wreck race car and with no points. As they fan up behind them, Orman underneath 420, but that's not for position. What is for position is Jeff Bonner coming with the 50, who's a lap down, and Ivan Carson. What could have been if these lappers got out of the way? Here's Case Bryan, who's a lap car. Bonner shoots to the inside and gets past the 52. Butler and Rod go with them. Rod did not get lucky with the caution. Crash! Lurches around! Someone else upside down. It's Tanner Hill. No, for speeds and Hughes pile involved. Joe rolls it. Hit by the 56 and goes in the air. Deep Thorns around. Massive accident on the front stretch. Kyle West avoids it. Here comes the 89 who clips the 19. But a big crash with not many laps remaining. Massive accident. Jeff Bonner is going to take the lead. Carson behind him, and this is going to take a minute to clean up. Oh boy. And Brianna Thorne, who had another good run going, is wrecked. Let's take a look what happened here, as looks like she's trying to get to the pit lane. It started between the 14 and the 90 and the 57. And Sebastian Lurch's good run has come undone. Let's see. I'm pretty sure this got caused by the stack up with the 52 car. We're on turn 2 now. Stack up with the 54. Case Bryan has some damage from that first incident, which is why he's off the pace. Smithley, let's see. Smithley has a run and gets run over by the 19, and that is a spectacular incident. That wasn't Tanner Hill, and that's where Dylan Speeds piles in. Big hits for all parties involved. Smithley. Yikes. I have to wonder if your name is Wesley Jewell, what that ride is like. My God. Here's the spectator view. We will have the helicopter view in a second of Sebastian Lurch. But yeah, 19 comes up and just has a huge run and there's nowhere to go. And that is a spectacular accident. There's where Hughes gets involved. There's the 13 hitting. That's where the 56 gets involved. The 13's in a second accident in as many weeks. That is an incident to behold. Of course, I think that was the 89 who clipped the 19 after he finished rolling. Here's the helicopter view. Yeah, 19 really had nowhere to go when the 14 pulled out. Well, few big hits. Everyone appears to be okay. On board with Sebastian Lurch. It's going to be a ride on that. We do have a helmet cam as well at the 19. We'll show that in a second. And we'll take a look on board with the 14 and the 82 and the 97, because those are some huge impacts. It's the helmet cam of Wesley Jewell. This is going to be a wild ride. Hang on. One of the more spectacular accidents we've seen in local memory in the IRL. And that grass really doesn't help, as that just sends the 19 end over end. Wesley Jewell did manage to climb out of his car okay. I should think we have to know. Dylan Speed's on board. He really didn't slow down at all. And Ace Smithley kind of just appeared in front of him. Thankfully that was to the right rear quarter panel, and not the driver doors directly. Nice avoidance made by Tyler Maxwell, by the way. Ace Smithley's on board. Looking at our old ride, and then gets basically ran over from behind. Mummies, it reminds me of a few old kart crashes that we've had back in the day. And that Beavis Hughes on board. I think she was just trying to follow Dylan's speed through the wreck. And it didn't really work out too well, did it? Because the 14 just kind of appeared. So the same thing with Sebastian Lurch. And they come flying up the racetrack, and there's really nothing you can do at that point but pray. Well, not many laps to go. I do not know if this race will be restarted. We'll be back with you if they do. Stay tuned.
Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
You're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars.
bad deal.
Cars that break down.
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
You can kiss my ass.
it's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker.
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed.
If you find a better deal,
Shove it up your ugly ass.
you heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass.
Bring your tray.
Bring your title.
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her.
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
take a hike
to Big Bill Hell.
home of challenge pissing.
That's right.
Challenge pissing.
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
You get no down payment.
don't wait.
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off.
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off.
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check.
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell.
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest.
And exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
Guaranteed.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the round of Texas. As you can see, the pace lights are off. We're going to have a 2-lap dash to determine the round of Texas. Jeff Byer leads Ivan Rodriguez, Ivan Carson, Carlos Rodriguez, Eric Monaco, Devin Butler, Tessa Wolf, Caitlin Tannehill, Brady Thorne. The top 9 are nose to tail. Everett Masana is mired a bit in traffic. She runs 10th. 11th is Rick Rudd, who's directly behind her. Orman is 12th. Regazzoni is 13th, and his sibling, Baguette, is 14th. Those are the only cars on the lead lap. Sebastian Lurch, depending, I don't think they're going to get points on debut, but they had a solid run, and they should be very proud of how they did. Assuming the 52 doesn't blow up on this restart, or I get punted out of the way. Jeff Bonner, who came from rallying, came with AK Racing when they decided to join the IRL, might be staring down his first career win. And AK is Racing's first career win, which is a bit surprising. I think everyone expected that to be the honor to be given to Penn Harrington. That is not the case. Pace car in pit lane. We're going to have 2 laps to figure out who's going to win the International Racing League Round of Texas. Green flags out, and away we go. I have no idea if that's a 13 car is going to be considering they have damage and she's not going anywhere. That might be an illegal start by the 9 car. Doesn't matter. Bonner gets away fine. They are racing to the next, either the yellow or the checkered. Hopefully, they're going to see the white this time by as Rodriguez makes the move on Carson. As they come out 4, I don't see a yellow. We're going to have a white flag. 1 lap to go here, and Texas Rodriguez has a run on the 27. And gets there. He gets past Rodriguez. How can Eric Monaco do anything about it? And look, who's in second and third. That is Inky Harrison with help from Devin Butler. Rodriguez holds the 83. There's contact between the 2 and 83. There's the 420 jump to restart. Coming to the line, Carlos Rodriguez wins in Texas. Inky Harrison second. Several cars at that pit, actually. No, that wasn't penalties. They weren't making it on fuel. Second is Harrison. Third is Devin Butler. As we're getting reports that the 84 and 24 jumped the restart. The 65 had the pit because they weren't going to make it on fuel. Carlos Rodriguez does come home and take the victory. Gase Bryan does unfortunately knock Sebastian Lurch out of the points. 5th place, Jeff Bonner looked like he had it set until, well, the last 5 feet. Rick Rod comes in 7th, 8th, 9th of the Regazzoni siblings, and 10th is Everett Masana. DeThorne probably should have had more. And penalties put Orman, Wolf, and Tannehill behind the A-ball. Lang and Harrington, 15th to 16th. West, 17th, 8th. Jeffrey, Aiden Jackson, 19th. Probably should have had more. Same with Salva Gagomeshvi. Berland and Daniels did what they could with the hand dealt. Jackson, 23rd. Maxwell gets points on debuts, and Gase Bryan drives that wrecked bucket of junk around the racetrack to secure some points for his effort. If you wait with us just a moment, you'll see what the driver standings look like. Here we are with a quick look at the driver standings before we continue the next round of the International Racing League. Ingy Harrison currently has a 83-point lead over Ivan Carson. That is important because whatever Ingy does next week, she'll be in the points lead. There's no other way around it. Monaco holds third. Aling fell back a few spots. She currently is in fourth. Tanner Hill 5th. Daniels, the reigning champion, 6th. Orman 7th. Masana 8th. West 9th. And Rod's in the top 10. That is subject to change. Same with Rodriguez in 11th because they're not full-time. I also expect Alyssa Hart to fall through the grid because, she's no longer employed. The series will take on its second big test for the US 500 at the Round of Kansas. But before we do that, we have new Independence Trophy drivers. And we should probably look at how the Independence Trophy drivers are doing. The final point tallies are in green. And remember, it only takes their best 4 results. Therefore, if these drivers show up again, and they can bump their lowest result. Rick Rudd was a bit more consistent in the final few races of this group. That's why he took the lead from Hughes. Alexa Ryan and Jarrett Jackson really haven't done much of note. While Andy Piper only made 1 start, that's why he's in 5th with 123 points. As I said last time, the series will be in Kansas next time out. Let's hope you'll see you there.